Was just sliding my chair back when Cassandra's heel caught it, sending it skidding from under me. Go to the kitchen, she said. Adopted children don't eat with the real family. Utensils paused, then laughter, sharp and cruel, echoed across the room. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I walked back to my bag, pulled out the thick envelope I'd kept hidden for weeks, and placed it squarely on the center of the table. Mom and Dad left me this, I said softly. Call your lawyers. We'll settle this tomorrow. And the way every smile froze in that room. That wasn't even the beginning. Hi, I'm Tessa Blake. For most of my life, I tried to convince myself that being the adopted child in the Blake family didn't matter. Robert and Elaine, my parents, never made me feel different, but their 3 biological children, Cassandra, Liam, and Olivia, they made sure I never forgot exactly where I was supposed to belong. Growing up, the reminders came in small cuts. During family photos, Cassandra would angle herself so I barely fit into the frame. Liam would smirk and say things like, "Don't worry, Tess. It's not like anyone will notice you're not one of us." Olivia perfected that soft, condescending smile people use when they're being cruel but pretending they're not. Through it all, Mom would pull me aside afterward, hold my face gently, and whisper, "You're our daughter in every way that counts." Dad would ruffle my hair, help with homework, sit through every recital and ceremony as if I were the center of his world. Their love was real, solid, the only thing that made me feel like I belonged in that house. Then came the 6 months that broke me open, when both Mom and Dad fell gravely ill. I moved into their home without hesitation. I slept in stiff hospital chairs, signed stacks of treatments and bills, and spoke to doctors daily. While my siblings sent half-hearted texts, my husband, Aaron, handled our twins, telling me, "Do what you need. I've got this. We'll be fine." Meanwhile, Liam said he couldn't risk the exposure because of his finance career. Olivia said the twins needed her. Cassandra said she couldn't handle seeing them like that. So it was me, just me, every day combing Mom's hair when she could no longer lift her hands, whispering reassurances to Dad, even when I knew it wouldn't help, holding their hands as they slipped away. Within days of each other, after the funerals where my siblings suddenly played the devoted children, they made an announcement. Cassandra, with her polished voice and perfect posture, declared she wanted to host a family dinner to honor Mom and Dad. She even assigned tasks. "Tess, you handle the cooking. You were always the best at Mom's recipes." Liam nodded like it was a corporate meeting. Olivia added, "And maybe bring the pastries from that bakery near your place. Mom loved those." I should have seen the trap forming, the hushed conversations as I entered the room. The way they acted like I was a helper, not family. Avoiding eye contact when I asked what the dinner was really for. Grief makes you hope for things you shouldn't. I spent 3 days cooking Mom's favorite dishes, choosing a nice bottle of wine. I couldn't afford a fancy dress, but I wore one anyway. She always complimented my smile. I told myself, maybe this dinner could bring us back together. Maybe loss would soften old wounds. But when I walked into Cassandra's house that night, beautiful, spotless, cold, I felt it immediately. A quiet tension under the polite greetings. A sense I wasn't a guest. I was the target. Inside, the dining table gleamed with Mom's old china. Candles flickered. Soft music played. Everything looked perfect. Too perfect. "Tessa, you're early," Cassandra said, smoothing her blouse, her smile tightly stretched, polished, practiced. "I wanted to help set up," I replied. "You've already done enough," she said, eyes flicking to the food containers in my hands. "Just put it in the kitchen. We'll handle the rest. We, not me, not family. Them. As I walked past the dining room, fragments of a conversation caught me, voices low, cut off quickly. Liam, Olivia. Then silence thick enough to wade through. When they reappeared, their expressions were too casual, too smooth. Something wasn't right. In the kitchen, unpacking the dishes I'd spent hours preparing, the familiar ache settled in my chest, that ache I'd felt my whole childhood. Standing outside, hearing laughter from rooms I wasn't invited into, watching holiday photos uploaded online without me, realizing family traditions continued without the adopted one. Sometimes exclusion is so subtle it makes you question your own memory. Other times, it smirks right in your face. As I arranged Mom's apple cinnamon roast on a platter, a flashback hit. I was 11, holding a plate of cookies I had baked myself. Cassandra, Liam, and Olivia were on the porch enjoying a summer evening. I asked if they wanted one. They exchanged glances. Cassandra said, "Sure." But when I walked away, I heard her whisper, "She tries too hard." They laughed just like tonight, back in the present. 15 minutes until dinner. I brushed my hands on my dress, took a breath, and stepped into the living room. Cassandra and Olivia were whispering by the window. As soon as they noticed me, the conversation ended. Liam adjusted his sleeves, avoiding my gaze like guilt weighed on him. I tried to break the tension. "I brought out Mom's apple pie too." Cassandra cut me off. "Perfect. You can serve it later." "Serve it, not share it. Serve it." Their tone, posture, and carefully constructed politeness felt like a performance, waiting for the right moment to strike. Aaron wasn't there to squeeze my hand. It was just me, surrounded by people who had mastered the art of making me feel like an outsider without ever saying it aloud. I reminded myself why I came, because I wanted to believe in family, that grief could soften cruelty, that my 6 months caring for Mom and Dad mattered. But as I sat down, I saw Cassandra watching me, not warmly, not like a sister, but like someone checking if the trap was ready. I knew then that whatever was coming wasn't kindness. Dinner began quietly, politely, pretending nothing was wrong. Cassandra, at the head of the table, folding her napkin with self-importance. Liam poured wine, like hosting a corporate event. Olivia kept smoothing her dress, waiting for a signal. I sat at the far end, the empty seat left open for me. Conversation lasted 10 harmless minutes. Liam talked work, Olivia about her twins, Cassandra reminisced about Mom's garden, never mentioning she hadn't watered it once. But nothing felt real. Every smile stretched, every story rehearsed. I served the dishes I'd spent days preparing. Cassandra clapped lightly. "Oh good, Tess, you can start serving." Serving, not joining. Halfway through the meal, Liam cleared his throat, condescending. "Since we're here, maybe we should discuss the house." Cassandra nodded. "And Mom's jewelry? Valuable pieces. Let's make a plan," Olivia added. "And the investments? Best to keep them in the bloodline." My fork froze. Bloodline. They said it as fact. Rebecca leaned forward, voice coated in sweetness. "We're just being practical, Tess. You understand, right?" A lot. I understood. Their smiles were bait, the small talk set up, dinner a stage. I put down my fork. "What exactly are you saying?" Olivia prepared her fake sympathetic tone. "Mom and Dad loved you, Tess. But legally, inheritance usually goes to biological children, families." Liam nodded. "Not cutting you out, just keeping most where it belongs." Belongs. The room tilted. My last soft hope snapped. "You're serious?" I whispered. Cassandra smirked, that old childhood smirk slipping through. "Don't be dramatic. You can keep sentimental things, a photo or two. But the house, accounts, it's only fair that." I felt a quiet clarity inside me. I pushed back my chair, walked to the kitchen, and picked up my purse, the thick envelope Mom had pressed into my hand before her final illness. Dad had signed shaking. I walked back to the dining room, calm. I didn't recognize. "Cassandra, where are you?" she asked. I didn't answer. I stepped to the center of the table, placing the envelope precisely where Mom's good china sat. "What is that?" Liam asked. I looked each of them in the eye. "Mom and Dad left me this letter. Call your lawyers. We'll meet tomorrow." Silence, then panic. Ethan's face strained. Olivia gripped her glass. Cassandra's smile cracked. "Ela," she whispered. I leaned forward. "What you made me do?" I picked up my purse and walked out, leaving their stunned silence like smoke from a fire I finally lit. The next morning, the city felt unnaturally bright. Aaron drove me to the law office. Hand on mine. "You don't owe them anything," he said quietly. I barely slept, replaying every line, every reaction. The laughter, the insult, the envelope hitting china, the law office, tall windows, quiet street downtown, sitting there like they owned the place. Cassandra, Liam, Olivia, Liam's wife, Clara, the corporate lawyer, Olivia's husband, Eric, spreadsheets in hand. Rebecca sat alone, hands clasped. Arthur Sullivan, our parents' longtime lawyer, entered, gray hair, calm voice. "Tessa, your mother and father spoke highly of you, especially toward the end." He opened a thick folder. "We are here to review the last will of Robert and Elaine Blake." Rebecca spoke first. "There must be a mistake." "There is no mistake," Sullivan said. He opened the will. The entirety of the Blake estate, all home, Savings, investments, insured assets is to be inherited by their daughter. Tessa Blake. A pin dropped. The hum of the air conditioner froze. Sullivan continued. Mom and Dad had also left private letters. The one I shared was authentic, 8 months before their passing. Revisions were made. Rebecca gasped. They wouldn't do this. Sullivan gently said, they did. They left instructions because Tessa never left their side. Out of love, not obligation. And a clause, if any beneficiary challenges the will, they forfeit sentimental items. Panic. Cassandra's breath hitched. Liam slammed the table. Olivia cried. I stayed calm. 6 months, I said softly. 6 months of care. Where were you? Sullivan handed me a final note from Mom. You were always ours. Now let us care for you the way you cared for us. I felt the weight of their love gift, not burden. I stood, leaving my siblings with resentment, regret, fear. Aaron waited outside, his hand in mine. I let the tears flow. Weeks later, we adopted 2 little girls, Leela and Hazel. The first night, tucking them in, reading stories, offering stuffed bears, I realized I finally built the family I deserved. 1 year later, standing in our backyard, watching all 4 kids chase each other, Aaron whispered, this is the real family. Blood didn't give me this life. Love did. Choice did. Courage did. If you've been pushed aside by the people who should have protected you, you're not alone. Share your story below and hit subscribe.